coast to music. Radio edit.
Meet.
Ask Elliot.
So how are you guys? Like, what's going on at the moment for you?
We've just released our new single. We've had some radio play and stuff, which was cool. We were in Northampton for a gig, which is nice because that's like quite far from. We're based in Liverpool, so that was like a nice little road trip for the band. And now we're just kind of promoting things and then getting ready for getting some more stuff together to try and get another single out in the next few months.
I want to ask something, which is like the first question I had in mind when I saw the band. I heard the music, I saw the name of the band, and what is Ask Elliot? Who is Elliot? What are we supposed to ask Elliot?
Well, I always let Liam answer this question, so Liam can answer this question.
Yeah, no, so me and Tom are cousins, and when we started the band, we were obviously quite young, but we were at our nan's having tea, and we were like, who should we ask to, because we couldn't think of a band name, who should we ask? And we knew someone clever. Tom's sister Lucy knew someone called Elliot, who was just really clever, so we were like, well, let's ask Elliot. And then my dad was like, ask Elliot, and then the main selling point was the fact that everything we looked at prior to that was like already abandoned, you know, like everything you looked at was taken, and that was not taken, so we were like, that'll do.
And has the meaning changed in time for you? Like, what has become Ask Elliot for you now?
I don't know. People like to say, like, you know, who do we ask and stuff, so
Yeah, I think
everybody assumes
everybody asks that, and it's a good engagement.
Yeah, it's become like a bit of a, I don't want to say novelty, but it's become like a novelty thing. It's like a little, oh yeah, who are we asking? Who's Elliot? Kind of, I guess it brings like this mystique around the band because none of us are called Elliot, so why are we called Ask Elliot?
And so everybody always asks you,
Yeah.
what is Ask Elliot?
Every
Who is
single-
Elliot?
Every single time.
Yeah.
And what made you all want to be a band? Like, how is Ask Elliot? How has it come together? How has the band come together?
So Liam and Tom are cousins, so they've grown up together. Liam started playing drums, and then Tom picked up guitar. And then they knew a bassist in high school, and that was Archie.
I wasn't a bassist first.
He wasn't a bassist.
I wasn't a bassist. I learned bass. I was clarinet, and then I learned bass because Liam wanted a bass. Well, it was to do a school performance thing, but then I picked it up and then just got in.
Yeah, and then I completed the lineup in college. So we met at college because they'd been going for a while, and then I joined the band, and we've been a band for like 4 years. So it's, I think, done all right, haven't we?
Well, you mentioned college, but for people who aren't familiar with the British education system,
Yes.
that's why I
yeah.
asked. So you met at what age?
What age? 16?
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
So 4 years ago,
16.
yeah.
And how do you feel like your chemistry as a band? Like, was it, you know, did it work out at first, or did you need some practice to, you know, like find your sound?
I think we're still kind of on that. We're still kind of on that journey of like finding, I guess, what we not what we want to be, but it's a constant journey of like ever changing. But when we first started, I found some videos on my laptop from our first gig, and I watched them, and they were not good. They were not good. But it just shows that like with enough practice, there's loads of improvement now. I mean, it's been 4 years, so we've been gigging for 4 years. But I think we're finally getting to a point where we're kind of coming into our own, and it's not like, oh, let's write a song like this. It's just like we write a song, and it ends up sounding kind of. It doesn't. We don't aim to sound like anything specific. We just write, and we want to sound, I guess, what sounds good to us and what we connect with.
What made you want to make music for other people to listen to?
I think I did music in high school, so I did GCSE music because I come from not really a musical family, but I'm Filipino, so we all love karaoke. So I was forced to sing karaoke from a young age, and then it just felt natural for me to go down the path of music and kind of explore that. And I didn't write songs until I was until I met the band, really. So I'd never really written anything, and then they asked me to join, and then I just started writing some songs to get some original music out. And I think, yeah, I don't think there was much thought to it. It was just it just felt natural to kind of express myself over some music and some chords.
What about you guys? Like, Liam, you seem to be the one at the root of it all. What made you want a band? Like,
I've always been obsessed with it. Like since I got into it, like Catfish and the Bottlemen at the very beginning. I was just like, your regular kid would like play games on his phone or whatever, or watch YouTube videos, and I was just literally watching videos of like their set at a festival, like on repeat. And then when I got into 1975, they took over, and I was just sort of like, I've always been obsessed with like, that sort of performing and that sort of like buzz you get when you write a song and then wanting other people to hear it. It's my favorite part of it, and so I mean, yeah, people liking it's just a bonus, I guess.
Archie, Tom?
My dad was musical, so first instrument I picked up was piano. From when I was in primary school, which is what age is that? About 7 years old, I think I was. And since then, I've just tried to pick up loads of new instruments like bass, guitar, I did clarinet, saxophone. I've just always had music around me since a young age.
Yeah, it's like me. I've been quite musical myself. I haven't got a musical background really, because like I used to play like baritone, French horn, euphonium, and then I got into guitar, and then me and Liam would just play songs for our family down at the back, which is where we practice. And then we went to function rooms, and we just started gigging since then, really. And it's just natural now.
That's so interesting that you have all these instruments. Do you think you're gonna have them at some point on music?
Archie's gonna do a saxophone solo at some point. He is. He's gonna do one.
How do you feel about it, Archie?
I haven't even got a saxophone anymore. I think I could probably still pick it up again, but I'd need to get one.
And so the new song, what was the inspiration behind it? Like, how did it come together?
I don't know how deep to go into this.
It's okay. Just go with whatever you feel
Yeah,
like.
okay. So, oh yeah, okay. Well, I recently went through like a breakup, and the thing is, the song is about kind of giving your all to someone and like being there for this person for it to like be brushed off, and you feel like all your effort is wasted, so you're bending over backwards for this person and you're not receiving it back.
And guys, how does writing a song together work for you? Like, so you went in with this idea, and then what happened?
Yeah. So our process is like very collaborative. I like that about us. We all put our own little spins on things. So it works in very different ways. Different songs are written in different styles. So there's songs where Tom will come with a little guitar idea and we'll work through that, or I'll come with some like a bare bones of like some lyrics and some melody stuff, and then we'll change some lyrics if anything needs to be changed, and then we'll all write our parts kind of in a room together. So we all have free reign to do what we want, but we also have others to kind of create more cohesive thoughts and parts of things.
It's like when you start a song, you don't know where it's going.
Yeah, we don't know where it's going. Like a good example is there's a new song we wrote. We're not sure if anything that's going to lead to anything yet, but we wanted to try that in two different styles. So we tried that in like a more rockier kind of bending over back, like that bit of a backwards style, kind of very guitar-y, and then we tried it in more like a pop style, kind of 1975 type thing, to see how it worked. So we go in with an open mind, and we just kind of see where it guides us and see what feels best.